Good evening. We bring you the latest in the world of sports. My name is Boom Gonzalez.
We give you the conversations you want to hear from your favorite icons and athletes. I'm Dip Dipianco. In tonight's game plan, we'll get to chat with the PBA's 4th overall draft pick and Converge big man, Justin Arana.
We'll also relive some of the best moments from the battle between Cignal and Creamline in the PVL Invitational Conference. And we'll get to know more about the rise of Tamayo from UAAP champion to Gilas, Pilipinas. Buckle up, sports fans. Let's get in the game. Good evening, everybody. It took less than a minute for Justin Arana to keep the Converge Fiberxers campaign alive. From one end to another, Arana always makes his presence known. And we are fortunate enough to have his presence here in the studio. Welcome to the game, Justin Arana. Hello, man.
Hello po. Thank you po.
Justin, hello.
Good
Welcome to
evening
the
po.
game.
Love the shirt, too. Throwback. Well, good evening. Welcome to the game. Unang-una, everybody's calling you Mr. Big Shot from what happened the other night. And basically, your early rookie career here in the PBA, gusto ko muna matanong, meron ka bang nickname kahit nung high school pa or college na nagustuhan mo? Baka nga meron na hindi mo nagustuhan na nickname.
Yung talaga, yung nag-start yung tinawag ako dati po nung NC, sa NC.
Okay.
Groot. Groot yung tawag sa akin niya. Kasi yun nga daw, sa form doon ng katawan ko, para daw inukit, din yun. Doon nag-start yung Groot na tinatawag.
Okay. Hindi naman dahil hindi ka nagsasalita.
Hindi naman.
Hindi naman. Dahil naman dun sa katawan. Well, malabo tayo dyan, Dip. Okay, let's talk about the game the other night. Bago nangyari yung heroics mo towards the end, nag-struggle ka.
Yes po.
Nung first 3 quarters. Actually, yun yung favorite part ko of that na may pinanggalingan ka struggle. Pag-usapan natin yun. How did you feel about that?
Yes po. Kasi yung una, parang talaga eh. Kasi yung defense ng BLACKWATER is more on sa big man eh. Kasi once na matanggap namin sa post yung one dribble pa lang may double na. So nahihirapan talaga kami pumasa or makascore eh. So dun, pero thankful ako talaga sa coaches ko kasi kahit na sobrang pangit nung pinakita ko nung una, nagtiwala pa rin sila sa akin and nag-stick pa rin sila sa akin.
Oo, at ginamit siya hanggang sa dulo.
So, nag-struggle ka sa simula,
Yes
diba,
po.
Justin? But I watched that game against BLACKWATER. Very crucial, especially for Converge na first season sa franchise. You wanted to enter the playoffs and yung nagawa mong yun, dinala mo yung team mo sa playoffs. 4th quarter, 33.1 seconds remaining. Tablay, di ba? Tinignan mo para matay yung ball game. How did that feel like yung na-shoot mo yung
Yung
ball
shot
game?
muna na yun.
Muna na yun.
Kasi swerte rin ako nung kasi yung hindi ko pa naisip yung pressure nun eh.
Okay.
Nung na-shoot ko yung basket, saka ako dun lumabas yung pressure ko. Buti na lang talaga after na nung na-made ko yung
Yung
basket.
natay ito, nung nagtay.
Nung pangpalamang.
Yung pampalamang
Pampalamang
na.
na yun.
Pero yung nagtay muna.
Lang kasi ako, focus lang talaga ako sa game. Kasi yun na nga, yun yung sabi sa amin ng coaches namin eh. Kailangan namin mag-step up kasi yun nga, sobrang ng depensa ng BLACKWATER. Then, green up ko lang yung opportunity na makapaglaro pa rin sa crucial part. Then, sobrang blessed ako na nagawa ko and natulungan ko yung team ko.
So tumabla.
Yeah.
Tapos,
Aside from the point, natabla mo na yung laro. After that, may defensive stop ka, di ba? Naka-block ka pa. How was that like nung napalpal mo yung kalaban?
si JV Casio yun, no?
Kasi yun nga yung sabi din namin sa amin ng coaches namin. Kasi yung game plan nun, once na may ball screen, kailangan ko na mag-help eh. Kasi maraming plays na nababackdooran kami and nalilate yung help namin. So yun, na-anticipate ko na yung kasi medyo maganda yung pagka-screen din. No choice na ako, kailangan ko na kumumit eh. Parang kumuha sinunggal ko na eh, bahala na. And akala ko parang na-timing ko yung mag-floater siya. Kasi yun yung bago yung play na yun, nakashoot siya sa floater eh. So yun yung inabangan ko na lang talaga yung floater na yun. Then, buti na lang, nakuha ko pa and napasa ko kay Kuya Mab.
That's knowing your opponent
Yeah.
and knowing the previous plays. So napag-usapan mo kanina yung winning basket. Instinct din ba yan? Parang yung defensive play mo, was it an instinct thing? Was it part of the play?
Di na part ng play yun kasi ang ano namin, fast break yun eh. So akala ko talaga nun una, titira na ni Alin eh. Kasi sobrang libre siya eh.
Sa kanya rin galing yung pasa ng una eh. No? Okay.
And then yun, ang kinaganda lang sa naghanap siya ng yung mas parang high percentage shot talaga. Yeah. So and yun, syempre thankful din ako sa kanya kasi siya yung sa crucial part, siya yung dalawang pumasa sa akin eh.
Tama.
So yun, thankful ako sa kanya na binigyan niya ako ng chance and nagtiwala talaga siya sa akin.
Nakakatawa, Dip, dahil yung sinasabi niya, no, parang nagka-pressure siya pagkatapos niya na shoot
yun talaga.
yung winning basket. And eventually, you guys won 92-90. I had the pleasure of talking to your coach this morning, si Coach Jeff Carriazo. I wanted to tell him, Dip, what he said, what your coach said, and I want to get your reaction from it. Sabi ni Coach, you're humble and you're hungry. And magaling ka raw makinig sa instructions, a very good listener, and wala siyang kaduda-duda that you have a potential to be an all-star. That's what Coach Jeff told me this morning. What do you say? Anong masasabi mo dun sa masasabi niya?
Siyempre po, laking boost din para sa akin. Pero yun na nga, sobrang, para sa akin kasi, sobrang, kailangan ko pa talagang may develop yung sarili ko as a basketball player. Yun, siyempre, sobrang dami ko pang kailangan patunayan. Especially, sobrang gagaling talaga sa PBA eh. Kasi sa NC kaya kasi yun nga, kaedad ko. Then pero dito yung veterano, yung sobrang skilled na din, sobrang veterano kaya nahirapan na rin, physical po talaga.
Iba na.
Yeah, pag-usapan natin, nabanggit mo in college, you had a decorated career, may mga napanalunan kang award. Pagdating mo sa PBA, since mas challenging nga, sabi mo, paano ka nag-prepare for the professional league, of course? Paano mo inangat yung level?
Siguro sa guidance din ni Coach Danny Ay eh. Kasi since day one, nandyan siya and tinututukan talaga kami before practice, then after practice, weights naman. Kasi yun talaga yung sabi nga niya, nandito na rin tayo, pagtrabahuan na natin kasi sayang na rin yung opportunity. So yun po.
Sabi rin ni Coach Jeff na yun nga, parang yung Danny-I connection, malaking bagay sa'yo. Okay, speaking of big guys.
Yan.
Okay, magbabanggit kami ng mga ilang pangalan sa'yo, ha? Mga established big men in the PBA. Tell us what you think. Kung unang pumasok sa utak mo. Unahin na natin, of course. You were compared to him. Junmar Fajardo. Yan. Ano masasabi mo?
Yun nga po, ito yung pinaka-excited po talaga nung nakalaro ko si Kuya Junmar kasi yun nga, 6'10", tapos sobrang galing, may shooting, tapos sobrang bigat. Yun po talaga, siya po, para sa akin, so far, siya yung pinaka-hirap na hirap talaga ako kasi hindi mo talaga siya may stop eh. Malilimitahan pwede, pero yung stop, hindi po talaga.
Okay, ito, the Spider-Man, Arwin Santos.
Nako! Nako!
Yun din po, kasi yung para sa akin, sobrang angat ni Kuya kasi may shooting siya, parang may laro siya sa labas and loob. So sobrang hirap niya talaga bantayan.
Tsaka parang hindi tumatanda siya.
Yes po.
Parang yun yung
sobrang
pa rin.
aggressive pa rin po.
No? Parang ganun pa rin
Parang
yung
yung katabi ko lang
Hindi!
naman dito.
Si Bo Belga naman. Bo Belga. Yan.
Ito po, sobrang lakas kasi niya eh. Especially sa box out po talaga. Hindi ko talaga, nung una, saka thankful din po ako na siya yung first game ko, at least, during game, nag-a-advise din po siya sa akin eh. Kasi before pa po ako mag-drop, nakapag-practice ako and yun, may parang naman din po, connection din. Then yun, sobrang bait niya and sobrang hirap din kasi, yun nga, kanya kami sa game winner din. And yun, hirap din talaga bantayan.
Well, kaya ka namin tinanong ng mga thoughts mo on those big men dahil patuloy mong makakabangga itong mga ito. Congratulations, what a great rookie year so far and good luck moving forward. Thanks for passing by.
Salamat po.
Justin, maraming salamat sa'yo. And good luck with the rest of the season. After the break, we'll talk about the highlights in the explosive matchup between the Creamline Pool Smashers and the Cignal HD Spikers in the PVL. So stay tuned. You're watching the game.
the game, we got to witness some highs and lows in yesterday's matches in the PVL Invitational Conference. The Cherry Tigo crossovers finally cruised their way to their first victory at the expense of the Petrogas Angels, who dropped to the bottom of the rankings. Meanwhile, the Cignal HD Spikers continued their hot start and improved to a 4-0 record after taking down the Open Conference champions, the Creamline Cool Smashers. And joining us tonight to talk about the action-packed games is PVL analyst Ish Polvorosa. Welcome back, Ish, to the game.
Yes, good evening.
And you guys did the first game
Yeah.
yesterday.
Yeah.
I was listening to you guys. Awesome work, by the way.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, let's talk about it,
Yeah.
Dip.
Okay, so wasn't able to watch this. Si Boom covered the second game over
did,
the
right?
Giga Play, but Creamline versus Cignal. Wow, battle of the undefeated teams. What were the expectations heading into that game-ish?
Well, the expectations, of course, were so high.
Yeah.
We were talking about the defending champions and, of course, Cignal. Last conference, coming into the semifinals, they were also undefeated.
Right.
And Cignal, the #1 blocking team, and Creamline, the #1 spiking team. So, na-predict na natin yun, di ba?
Yeah.
For sure, it wasn't gonna be a straight set affair, and yun nga yung nangyari.
You know, the last time, I said it on the air yesterday, the last time that Creamline was down 0-2 was against Cherry Tigo sa Baccara pa, sa
Yeah.
Ilocos Norte. They lost that in 4 sets.
Yeah.
You said the blocking. It started from the start talaga for
Yeah.
Cignal. Let's focus on what other things Cignal did right, in your opinion.
I think for me, Jel Cayuna was the factor, and of course, Rachel Andax
Okay,
with
why?
her leadership. You covered the game.
I
Boo.
did, yeah.
Second set, the Creamline Cool Smashers were already leading, 20-13 or 20-14.
3 times they had a 7-point lead.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then I was just shocked how it all panned out. Cignal still won that set, 26-24, and it was very uncharacteristic of the defending champions, Creamline Cool Smashers. I thought they were gonna run away with it. I was actually in training. I said, "Oh, it's already 1-1,"
Right.
and then I picked, "Oh, it's 2-0. Signal's
Nagpalit pa
up."
nga ng tao si Coach Sherwin eh,
Yeah.
at that point.
Yeah, and I think they did a really good job manning Eliza Valdez in that game. Her output was a single-digit performance, and credit that to their blocking, the Cignal HD Spikers blocking that game.
#1.
Exactly what you mentioned. No? Kinailangan nila because it's been Tots and Gemma for Creamline, and Eliza, you said, was a missing link dun sa larong yun. But how about for Cignal? Ces Molina exploded, the best
Yes.
open hitter in the last open conference. Ano masabi natin sa kanya?
Sama mo na din dyan, Dip, dagdagan na natin. Si Chai Troncoso is doing
Yes,
well the last
yes.
couple of games for them.
Yeah, she helped out in terms of the attacking department. No, she had 11 points talking about Troncoso, and of course Rachel Andakis with 10 points in 4 sets, and Ces Molina, the player of the game, 15 points. And yung blocking nila, it was Riri Meneses, of course, the chief of the blocking department for the Cignal HD Spikers, and of course, Jack Janela.
Ganda nung laro niya, sobra.
Yes, you can see the performance of Jack in that last game against the Creamline Cool Smashers. She was all around the court, and kudos to her for doing such a great job against the Creamline Cool Smashers.
You mentioned Jel Cayuna. She obviously played very well. Off the bench, Ayel Astoniero was the one who started. And I think Jel's game became what it was because of Jack Janela's splendid defense and sweeping dun sa ano. Okay, you also mentioned Rad's leadership. It's easy to say that, Ish, diba? Easy for us to always say that. But as a player, what specifically about Rad's leadership did you think worked in that game? Especially, they came back twice in 2 sets.
There was an instance during the whole game. I think Meneses got a huge block against the Cool Smashers, and hinatak niya talaga si Riri. She wanted her to focus on the game.
Wag mag-trash or whatever.
On the next point. Because that's the kind of leader that she is. She wants to focus on what's happening on the court and what's gonna happen on the next point. And yun yung nakita ko na talagang nag-stand out for her as a leader during that matchup against the Creamline Cool Smashers.
Meron pa isang moment na sinabi niya, walang bibitaw,
Yes, walang bibitaw.
Diba, dun sa fourth set, that was an amazing. That's classic 2008-2009, right?
Okay, now pag-usapan natin, Ish, you're a setter yourself. What about the battle of the setters between Jel Cayuna and Gia de Guzman?
For me, stats don't lie, no? Gia had the more excellent sets, but she also had more attempts in that game. as compared to Jelka Yunas, she had 17 excellent sets in just 83 attempts. So I think she was more efficient during that game against the Creamline Cool Smashers.
Jelka, wasn't 100%. And great job also by Ayel, who got things going for Cignal. Okay, concerns for Creamline-ish for you, especially because they're playing tomorrow in that big matchup. Yan na yung segue natin dyan because they're going up against their sister teams. What are the concerns for you so far? It's one loss. It's one loss, but is there anything that concerns you?
Nothing.
Really?
I have faith in the Creamline Cool Smashers. They are the defending champions. They've been together for so long. But for me, I think their middle blockers should be more consistent. Because as you can see in this invitational conference, binabalasa ni Coach Sherwin yung middle blockers niya in Panaga, Risa Sato, Jeanette Panaga, right?
Yeah.
And then
Sed, Domingo.
Yeah,
rin, yes.
Domingo.
Right,
yeah,
right.
I almost forgot about
Right,
Sed, but
yeah.
that's the top three middle blockers of the Creamline Cool Smashers. And I think if they're gonna have to bounce back against the Chocomucho Flying Titans, no, they have to play their A games as well. Hindi lang dapat yung Holy Trinity yung gagana.
Yeah.
Kasi just like what happened against the Cignal HD Spikers, may isang naging off, so kailangan tumulong yung iba.
Yeah.
Great point.
Oh, you talked about Creamline. How about Chocomucho? Again, they're playing tomorrow.
Yeah.
How big is of an impact is the return of Kat Tolentino for this team?
Kat Tolentino is, I think, number 2 so far in the best scored department. I think yung comeback niya yung magmamatter talaga in tomorrow's matchup against the Creamline Cool Smashers. Kasi attacking-wise, marami siyang makakontribute sa team. But at the same time, Aduki Agoncanya, no?
Yeah.
So fortunate, yeah.
Yeah, maapektuhan din yung mindset ng buong team with her injury. And of course, we're hoping for Des Cheng to come back
Isa pa yan, no?
tomorrow's game.
Speaking of, and then there are concerns about Dina's injury while playing and all of that. How do they deal with all of these? As I guess a final parting shot on this matchup for tomorrow, how does Chocomucho deal with all these injuries, health problems going up against a champion team?
I think they should just look at the brighter side of things. No, they still have a couple of games that they have to win if they want to make it to the semi-final round. They just have to take it one game at a time. Do not look so far ahead.
Right.
Just look at the task in front of you, and I think they still have a chance at making it to the semi-final round.
All right. Well,
Should
we're
be good.
looking forward to watching that one.
Moa!
Ganda
Yeah,
ng matchup.
maraming
You're
fans
gonna be,
for sure
You'll
na
be there.
manonood.
I will, yes, I
Yeah.
will.
And as always, thank you, Ish, for giving those insights para
Thank
sa
you.
atin. After the break, we'll find out more about the rise of Carl Tamayo from UAAP champion to the Gilas Pilipinas men's squad. Stay tuned. You're watching The Game.
before Carl Tamayo joined Gilas Pilipinas men last year, he wasn't carrying big credentials just yet. How could he, as Tamayo has not even played a single year of collegiate ball, although he had a couple of UAAP juniors titles under his belt during that time. As part of the 23 for 2023 list released back in 2017, the Gilas program saw his potential at a very young age. But little could anyone expect that he would be this good this early.
Now, battle for the rebound. Two bigs from the Philippines fighting. Tamayo cannot elevate. He does finally.
A man of many moves.
Siyempre, napakalaking bagay niya sa akin or yung improvement na nakuha ko during this time na naglalaro ko sa Gilas. Kasi siyempre, you're playing against top players sa buong mundo eh. So yung experience, yung exposure, yung things na ma-learn mo every game, talagang malaking bagay siya sa akin as a young player na gusto mag-improve. So sobrang laking bagay niya sobrang laking part siya sa career ko.
Since his Gilas debut for the last window of the FIBA Asia Cup qualifiers in Clark, Tamayo has since won a UAAP Men's Basketball Championship and then got the opportunity to be alongside his UP head coach Goldwyn Monteverde with Gilas.
Siyempre masaya ako sobra kasi alam mo na si Coach Gold simula bata ako, talagang tinutukan niya ako. Isa sa pinakadahilan kung bakit napunta ako ngayon sa Gilas or bakit napapansin niya akong tao sa paglalaro ko dahil kay Coach Gold talagang tinuruan niya ako maglaro ng basketball. Hindi lang yun, pati yung pagkatao, tinuro niya sa akin yun. So, sobrang laking bagay sa akin kasi pag nandito siya talagang natututukan niya ako, nasasabi niya yung mga bagay na dapat kong baguhin.
Tamayo's reunion with his high school and collegiate coach was not the only one for this edition of Gilas though, as he also got to play alongside Kevin Kiambao before they compete against each other in the upcoming UAAP season. For Tamayo, it's not surprising at all that Kiambao also made it to this level.
Nice pass by Kiambao. Tamayo finally gets that turnaround to work.
Alam mo, ganda talaga ng pasahan. Basta hawak na nitong si Kiambao yung bola, he dribbles to that basket.
Actually, hindi na ako nagulat kasi since high school, si KQ ganyan na talaga eh. Talagang magaling siya pumasa, may mga unique moves siya, may mga simple jumper siya or yung one hand niya. Talagang high school pa lang, pinapractice niya yan. So, hindi naman ako nagugulat talagang ganyan na talaga siya nung high school and then nag-i-improve din naman siya.
There have been a lot of difficult times for Tamayo during his Gilas stint, as he usually goes up against taller, stronger, and more experienced opponents. But the youngster is taking it all in as he knows all of these challenges will only make him better.
Motivate ka talaga na, ano mo yun, isa sa dream mo yun eh. Na sana mapunta ka ron. So, syempre talagang nakaka-motivate siya na, alam mo yun, talagang mag-work hard ako kasi gusto ko rin mapunta sa saan sila ngayon.
Tamayo has only played a handful of FIBA games and is only at 21 years of age. Still, there are already a lot of people who have been saying that he deserves a spot in the Philippines World Cup team.
Siyempre masaya kasi nakikita nila, na-appreciate nila yung the way I play, the way I work inside the court. Siguro na-appreciate ko and it motivates me to work harder. Kasi lahat naman to yung goal ko rin, mapanalo yung bansa natin, madala sa, alam mo yun, top rank na sa world. So, masaya ako na nakikita ng mga tao yung isa sa gusto ko mangyari or the way I play talagang binubuhos ko lahat ng mga kaya ko, hindi ako sumusuko talaga. Salamat Pilipinas!
More Gilas news, the Samahang Basketball ng Pilipinas released a statement expressing their call for united preparations ahead of the upcoming 2023 World Cup. PBA Chairman Ricky Vargas emphasized the importance of hosting the prestigious event and the need to go all out, calling on all stakeholders to unite for flag and country. Now, in line with this statement, the SBP has scheduled a general meeting of stakeholders on August 1st and will lay out the timetable in the run-up to the World Cup. SBP President Al Panlilio said FIBA will assist in securing clearance for Gilas players from foreign leagues. As per the statement, Utah Jazz guard Jordan Clarkson is sure to play in the World Cup and will likely join Gilas in the fourth window. The SBP will also reach out to Kai Soto for the 3 upcoming windows, the Southeast Asian Games and the World Cup.
Thank you for joining us. I'm Dip Dipianco.
And catch us weeknights here on One News, One Sports, and One Sports Plus. I'm Boom Gonzalez, and this has been The Game.